Let's now solve various questions and apply all the concepts that we have learned so far. Let's begin. In the xy plane, what is the distance between the two x-intercepts of the parabola? Two x-intercepts. That means that you have to factorize this equation. That's it. And I am assuming you know how to factorize a quadratic equation now. X squared minus 3x minus 10. Let's do the midterm breaking. We need two factors. We have x squared minus 5x plus 2x minus 10. So minus 5 plus 2 is minus 3, minus 5 into 2 is minus 10. Let's take x as common. We have x minus 5 plus 2x minus 5 equals 0. So our factors are x plus 2 and x minus 5, which is equal to 0. So our solutions are x equals to minus 2 and x equals 5. But be careful, this is not the target answer. The target answer is the distance between the two x-intercepts. So the distance is basically, distance is equals 5 minus minus 2. The distance is basically 7. And distance has to be positive. Please be careful. What are the solutions to this quadratic equation? And by looking at the option choices, you should know exactly what you have to do. You have to apply the quadratic formula, which is x equals minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. Simply replace the values and you will get your answer. Minus b, which is minus, okay, let me write it down here, a equals 1, the coefficient of x square, b equals 4, the coefficient of x, and c equals 2, our constant term. So minus b is minus 4 plus minus square root of b square, which is 4 square, minus 4 into 1 into c over 2a, which is 2 into 1. Okay. We have minus 4 plus minus square root of 16 minus 8 is basically 8 over 2. Let's just simplify this and we will get minus 4 plus minus 2 into 2 into 2. We have 2 square root of 2 over 2. I've just simplified this bracket. And now we can divide the entire expression by 2 and our final answer should look something like this. Minus 2 plus minus square root of 2. That's our answer. Just divide this expression by 2. This is our target answer, and which is option choice A. Next question. What is the sum of the solutions of this expression? We have a quadratic equation and you know sum equals minus b over a. Just apply this formula. But first rearrange the equation. Open up this expression and then apply this. So we have 2x minus 3 whole square, which is a minus b whole square. 2x squared is 4x squared minus 2ab, which is 4 into 3, 12x plus 9 equals 4x plus 5. Combine the like terms and we have 4x squared minus 12x minus 4x will be minus 16x plus 9 and minus 5 will be plus 4 equals 0. Now we have our ax squared plus bx plus c. Now we can apply this formula. So let's apply the sum formula, which is minus b over a. A in this case is 4. B is minus 16 and C equals 4. So minus B over A is minus into minus 16 over A is 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. This is the sum. Y equals minus 3 and y equals x squared plus cx. In the system of equations above, C is a constant. For which of the following values of C does the system of equations have exactly two real solutions? So we have a quadratic function and you know whenever we are talking about one solution or two solutions or no real solution, we are basically looking at the discriminant, which is b square minus 4ac. When it is greater than 0, we have two real solutions. When it is equal to 0, we have one solution, and when it is less than 0, we have no real solution at all. So let's first rearrange our equation into the form ax square plus bx plus c, and then apply b square minus 4ac. Let's equate both the y's, because at the intersection point the coordinates are equal, they're same. So we have minus 3 equals x square plus cx. Rearranging the equation will give us x square plus cx plus 3. So our a is basically 1, b is c, and c is basically 3. Let's apply this formula, b square minus 4ac greater than 0. We have c square minus 4 into 1 into 3 should be greater than 0. That leaves us with c square minus 12 is greater than 0. We have c, okay, this is interesting. If I solve this, what do I get? C square is greater than 12. Okay, interesting. Now you don't need to solve. Just look at the numbers and square them and see which option basically satisfies this condition. This is a good question. So if I take minus 4, what do I get? I will get minus 4 square. Is it greater than 12? 16 is greater than 12. This is completely fine. But hold on. Let's try other values as well. Okay, if I take 1, what do I get? C square is greater than 12. 1 square is greater than 12. No, 1 is not greater than 12. B is definitely wrong. Let's check one more option. That is option choice C. 2 square is greater than 12. 4 is greater than 12. No, this is also wrong. Yes, definitely A is the only option which is satisfying our condition. Next question. Which of the following equations represents the parabola shown in the xy plane? And we have the vertex forms here. So whenever you have a vertex form, you need to evaluate this minimum or maximum point. This is your h comma k. So vertex form is basically y equals a into x minus h whole square plus k. So the first thing, a has to be positive because it's a u-shaped graph, and h comma k is 3 minus 8. So we have a into x minus 3 whole square minus 8. Just be careful with the signs. Now let's have a look at the option choices. X minus 3 whole square, yes, A can be the answer. X plus 3, this is completely wrong. X plus 3, D is also wrong. Now we are left with A and C. We have x minus 3 whole square minus 8. Yes, this makes sense. And in C as well, we have x minus 3 whole square minus 8. Now the difference is of 1 and of 2. Over here, you need to be intelligent. Just take one point that is on the graph and put it into the equation and see which of the option choices satisfies that point. Let's say if I put this point, which is 1, 0 into option choice A, let's see what happens. So we have the equation will look something like this. 0 equals 1 minus 3 whole square minus 8. When I put 1, do I get 0 or not? Let's have a look. We have minus 2 square minus 8. We have 4 minus 8, which is minus 4. We are not getting 0. So A is not the correct option. But let's evaluate option choice C as well. So if I put 1 into this, what do I get? I have 2 into 1 minus 3 whole square minus 8. 2 into minus 2 whole square minus 8. Minus 2 squared is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. 8 minus 8 equals 0. This satisfies the condition. Definitely C is the correct answer. That's how you manipulate the graph. A lot of times you have to put certain points into the equation and see which of the points satisfies the equation. For what value of t does the equation v equals 5t minus t square result in the maximum value of v? Whenever you have these words, you know we are looking at the vertex. And this is our standard form as well. There are multiple ways to solve this, but the best method is using this equation, x equals minus b over 2a. Remember this equation? I have talked about this in detail. It's a very important equation. It gives us a line of symmetry and the x coordinate of the vertex. So let's just plug in the values. We have, let's rearrange this first. Minus t square plus 5t plus 0 is basically our equation. So our a is minus 1, b is 5, we don't even need c, but c equals 0. So if we apply this formula, we have x equals minus b over 2a, which is minus 5 over 2 into minus 1. The answer is minus 5 over minus 2, 2.5. This is our answer. So at t equals 2.5, this equation will have a maximum value. See, it is not time consuming at all. That's why you should definitely be familiar with this equation. F of x equals minus x squared plus 6x plus 20. The function f is defined above. Which of the following equivalent forms of f of x displays the maximum value of f as a constant or coefficient? So all these are basically the vertex forms. We have to complete the square, and we have already done this. These are all the questions that the examiner can ask. And trust me, there is nothing different. If you are familiar with everything that we have done so far, it will be very easy for you. Okay, and you know the drill now. So the coefficient of x squared should be 1. So let's just put brackets here. These are our most important terms. And let's isolate x squared. I'll take minus 1 as common and I will be left with x squared minus 6x, bracket close, plus 20 will come as it is. This is our function, this is our y. Now this is the bracket that we need to solve. Okay, let's begin. Y equals minus 1, x squared. The next step is to consider the coefficient of x, half it and then add the square of that coefficient and then subtract it as well. X squared minus 6x plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 square minus 3 square, close the bracket, plus 20. Now you can easily close this bracket. This is your squared version. Minus 1, bracket open, x, this is the sign that you need to understand, that you need to put. X minus 3 whole square. Open this up. If you ever get confused, open this up and see what do you get. You should get the same thing. Minus this square, which is 9, close the bracket, plus 20. See, brackets are very important. Now you have to make sure that minus 1 is being multiplied with this bracket and minus 9 as well. Let's open it up. We have minus x minus 3 whole square. Minus 1 into minus 9 is positive 9. And 20 will come as it is. Our final answer is minus x minus 3 whole square plus 29, where h and k, h comma k equals 3 comma 29 if ever asked. That is option choice minus plus 29. Okay, x minus 3, yes, that is option choice B. Let's have a look at this interesting question. Y equals a into x minus 3 into x minus k. This is basically the factored form. Remember, we have already talked about this factored form, which is written as a into x minus p into x minus q, where p and q are the factors. If the graph of the equation in the xy plane is a parabola with vertex 5, minus 32, what is the value of a? Please pause the video and read the question again if you want. So if you remember, I told you factors are basically x-intercepts. And if you take the midpoint of the x-intercepts, you basically get the vertex, which is, if I say p plus q divided by 2 will basically give me the x coordinate of the vertex. X coordinate of the vertex. This is the entire question. So let's just apply this formula. One of the factors is basically x equals 3. Let's say this is x1 and x2 equals k. So x1 plus x2, 3 plus k divided by 2 should give me the x coordinate of the vertex, which is 5. There you go. So the first thing is to calculate k, which comes out to be 5 into 2, 10, minus 3, 7. But we are not done yet. Please look at the target answer. What is the value of a? Now our equation basically looks something like this. We have y equals a into x minus 3 into x minus 7. Let's now plug in this point into the equation to find out our answer, that is a. So we have minus 32 equals a into 5 minus 3 into 5 minus 7. Let's do the math. We have minus 32 a into 2 and 5 minus 7 is minus 2. So we have minus 32 equals minus 4a, a equals minus 32 divided by minus 4, which is 8. This is our answer. We have our graph as well. So I've drawn this grid. This is basically 3, this is 5. So this is your one of the intercepts. The other intercepts should definitely be somewhere here. So if I draw the graph, you see it will look something like this. This is the graph that we are talking about, and see, this is the vertex, this is the middle point, the mirror line.